Hey guys, welcome back to the Watches and Giggles channel. I'm Chris from Chicago. First off, as always, everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. And if you're returning, guys, thank you so much for coming back. I do appreciate it. Guys, in today's video, finally, I got the call and picked up the Rolex Explorer 2 days ago on November 17th. That is correct. In today's video, we're just going to go over my initial thoughts as I've only owned it for 2 days and kind of what the watch comes with. I'm not going to do an unboxing anymore. You can see the watch is laid out in front of you as I'm kind of sick of doing those. But before we get into that, guys, we will see what I'm wearing. And today I have on another Rolex, the Rolex Sea Dweller SD43, the red line. Love this watch. And the plan is for this to be my work watch now, as it's a little more chic and under the cuff and it doesn't scream Rolex. But all right, guys, let's get into it. So finally, after a 9-month wait, guys, I received the call. What we all wait for, what we all strive for if we want a Rolex watch. And I can't believe it took me 9 freaking months to get the call from an authorized dealer for an Explorer. But they say to me that they're coming harder and harder to come by, and who knows if that's true. You know, I'm not a big money spender. I don't buy solid gold pieces, so who really knows? They can do whatever they want, as Rolex does not dictate who authorized dealers can sell to. They can sell to whoever they want. But I finally got it, guys, and we're going to go over real quick what the watch comes with. I did manage to get the bezel protector, which I think adds to it, and I do like it, especially with the smooth bezel. It helps. The hang tag, very nice. The other tag, which goes over the price and the serial number, so I won't be flipping over. And then real quick, this is the wrinkle that now Rolex does, as we'll look at. I love how that says Explorer, the manual, and now the warranty card, guys. Yeah, a little disappointed. I have not bought a 2020 Rolex yet. This is my first one, and they don't write your name on the card anymore. They do put the date purchase, and there's you go, your model number, the 214270, which you guys all know, but they don't put your name on it anymore, and that kind of bummed me out, as that adds, to me, it makes a watch more special. It adds a little something extra, especially when you purchase it from the AD. I did ask the authorized dealer why Rolex moved away from writing your name on the card when you purchase a watch, and that was because of really the gray market or aftermarket. If you sell your watch to someone or you buy it gray market, and then you want to go service the watch, you had to jump through a few hoops to get that done, I should say, as it gets a little tricky when your name's not on that warranty card when you go to service it. So yeah, I'll let you guys decide in the comments how you feel about that, but I'm not really liking it. But let's get into the watch itself, guys, the Rolex Explorer. After wearing it just a little bit, I can say I love the smooth bezel, as it's so different from what I've owned. It just adds something. I think the watch just kind of blends together, and it's just so beautiful. The indices, the 369, I love in Super Luminova, and it shines like no other, or glows like no other, I should say. I love the stick hour markers. And you know, I don't know if it's coming across, but to me, the light play, it almost looks like in the dial here on the edge that it's a different color. It's not, but it kind of gives that play, and I kind of like it. Not a lot of people notice that. I mean, it's just an illusion, but I do love it. I love that it has this clasp on it, the Oyster clasp, as it's not just a fold over. This is a sports model. And last of the 39 millimeter sports models, guys, this is it. So the rumor has it that next time Rolex releases new watches, that the Rolex Explorer 2 and this one might be getting updated or discontinued. I assume it will be updated and not discontinued, but you never know. Rolex is going bigger with watches, as the sub, we all know, just went to 41 millimeters. That is kind of an illusion by Rolex and a sneaky little tactic, as it is not 41 millimeters. It's 40.5 or 40.6 across, as opposed to 40.2. So they just made it a little bigger. But back onto this guy, I love that it has the more slimmer and elegant Oyster case, which you would find on a Yachtmaster, as well as a Daytona, and I just love it. Now, this is not a trip lock crown, as it just has the, the line across. It's 100 meters of water resistance, but guys, honestly, I don't want to get too much into a review, just my initial thoughts. And my initial thoughts are I'm over the moon. Some people think the crown is too small. I do not. Of course, the crown does not line up correctly, as none of my crowns do. But that's what we come to expect from Rolex. That crown hardly lines up. But guys, honestly, I'm over the moon for this to be my daily driver. Let's get it on the wrist. We'll take off. This feels like a giant compared to the Explorer. But let's get it on the wrist for a wrist shot, guys, as I have a little over a 7.5 inch wrist. And I think this watch still looks spectacular. I don't think it looks too small, as it wears, to me, more like a 40 millimeter watch. And look at that. It just screams elegance. You know, it doesn't scream Rolex. People at work do notice this watch. It's huge even on my wrist. So, you know, it's hard to go unnoticed wearing that watch, especially in meetings and stuff. And I think this one's going to be a little more like, oh, what is that? Is that a Seiko? Is that, you know, whatever. But I think this one will go a little more unnoticed, as it doesn't scream Rolex. If you don't get close enough to it, you won't know. But look at that, guys. As I've been using the clasp already, has a few marks on it, if you could see that. But over the moon with it, guys. We'll do a full review and all that good stuff later, but just enjoying the initial period of owning it for 2 days. So we'll get into more later, guys. But thank you so much for joining me today, guys. That's going to do it. Hope everyone's doing well, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Take care.